And so this Levite is discontent with his assigned place of ministry. He's discontent and he's looking for a place to stay. And so he finds Micah, and Micah says, hey, wait. I got a job for you. Be my priest. Be my father and my priest. And notice what it says is, he says, I'll give you 10 shekels of silver a year, your clothes and your food, salary, room and board. The priest says, you can't beat a deal like that. And so he installs him as his priest. And it says that he was like one of Micah's sons. That's kind of manipulative. Be my father and my priest, but now he's like his son. Usually when consumer Christianity abounds, people are controlling the flow. It's not really the priest show, it's Micah's show. He's telling the priest, do this, and he does it, like one of his sons. And I'm committed, myself personally, not to let you control me. I will preach the truth no matter what. You could boycott outside the doors. I don't care. Consumer Christianity seeps into your heart. You try to control the show. Says, Micah said, now I know that the Lord will be good to me since this Levite has become my priest. Never mind that I'm worshiping other gods. Never mind that I'm breaking all kind of rules and stuff the Lord set up. God's going to be good to me. Still thinking about his own selfish needs. Priest is wrong. Micah is wrong. They're wanderers. And then we get to the last set of wanderers. You got individuals, and now you got a whole tribe. In chapter 18, it talks about how the tribe of Dan came into the picture. Not Dan Libra, but Dan, the Israelite tribe. Dan, they were wandering from their assigned place of blessing. God had given them a certain amount of land, but they couldn't take it over. They couldn't take over the land. And so they gave up even trying. They didn't persevere. Giving up, moving on to the next thing. Giving up, moving on to the next thing. You know, I had a conflict with somebody in small group. Give up, you move on to the next thing. Oh, you know, this job, you know, I don't really quite like it. I'm going to find some. Giving up, moving on to the next thing. Guess what, guys? There is no next thing. Jesus is Jesus. Consumer Christianity gets you to get an appetite for the next big thing. When I do this, then woo! I'm gonna just my spirituality. I'm gonna be super Christian. Doesn't work like that. Real following Jesus takes time. Little by little, bit by bit, relationship after relationship, conflict after conflict, problem after problem, challenge after challenge. It's not a matter of giving up and moving on to the next thing. But that's what the tribe of Dan is doing. And they sent some spies to find a new place, and they ran into the priest. And they said, wait a minute. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. He says, hey, I'm a priest for this guy, and he gave me a good salary package, okay? And so they say, hey, well, we're on this journey. Why don't you bless it? So he tells them, hey, the Lord will make you successful on your journey. I'm praying for you. Go your way. And that's what consumer Christianity does. It doesn't confront people. It blesses them. and everything that they're doing and makes it legitimate. The Nazis in Germany were blessed by the state church. They were blessed. Go and do what you're doing. All for the common good. And they exterminated millions of Jews. The Southern Church blessed slavery in this country. Blessed it. Because people were only about what they wanted, what they needed. And they were looking for somebody to make it legit. The priest blessed the Danites. They found this city in another country even. They saw everybody was all peaceful, prosperous, unsuspecting, and they said, this is it. We can get them. So they go back to their territory. They get 600 men, and they say, hey, we're going to attack this city called Laish. They're on their way to attack Laish. Then they say, wait a minute, if we're going to have real success, we need some spiritual help. So they grab the priest, they kidnap him, they take the idols, they take everything. They go off to attack this city of people who are innocent. And Micah gets all the men from the town, and they go after these 600 men. Micah saying, hey, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? The Danites turn around. You better stop arguing with us, or some hot-headed men are going to deal with you. I mean, they laid down the law. Micah backs off, and they go and attack the city, kill everybody, burn the city to the ground. And that's what happens when you're involved in consumer Christianity. You don't go after God once, you just start fighting other people. God wants us to love. God wants us to serve beyond ourselves. But a lot of times, I like to, surf the web. I get different updates, and I see more things about Christians fighting each other than about Christians serving others. You don't do communion right. Why do you use guitar in worship? What's up with meeting in the coffee house? That's pretty personal.